Choreb Beruach, Sword of the Spirit. Interpreted and narrated by Wendy. Shemot, Exodus, chapter 38. And he made the altar of ascension offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length of it, and 5 cubits was the width of it, square, and 3 cubits was the height of it. Also he made its horns on the 4 corners of it. Its horns were the same, and he overlaid it with copper. And he made all the utensils of the altar, the pots and the shovels and the basins, the flesh hooks and the fire pans. All of its utensils he made of copper. And he made the altar a copper grate, a grid beneath its rim towards its middle. Also he cast 4 rings for the 4 ends of the copper grate to house the staves. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with copper. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides of the altar to carry it. He made the altar with hollow boards. Then he made the copper laver, and its copper base had a mirage of the armies that are assembled at the door of the appointed tent. And he made the court on the south side southward. The court hangings were 100 cubits of fine intertwined linen. It had 20 pillars, and it had 20 copper sockets. The pillars' hooks and their bands were silver. And the north side was 100 cubits. It had 20 pillars, and it had 20 copper sockets. The pillars' hooks and their bands were silver. And for the west side were hangings of 50 cubits. It had 10 pillars, and it had 10 sockets. The pillars' hooks and their bands were silver. And the east side, eastward, was 50 cubits. The hangings of the one side was 15 cubits. It had 3 pillars, and it had 3 sockets. And for the other side of the court gate, on this hand and that hand were hangings of 15 cubits. It had 3 pillars, and it had 3 sockets. All the hangings of the court round about were of fine intertwined linen, and the sockets for the pillars were copper. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver, and the overlaying of their capitals were silver, and all the pillars of the court were banded with silver. And the hanging of the gate of the court was fine intertwined linen with needlework of blue and purple and scarlet, and its length was 20 cubits, and its height with its width was 5 cubits, relative to the hangings of the court. And it had 4 pillars, and it had 4 copper sockets. Its hooks were silver, and the overlaying of its capitals and their bands were silver. Also all the stakes of the tabernacle and of the court round about were copper. This is the sum of the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted according to the commandment of Moshe. The service of the Lehuim by the hand of Aitmar, son of Aharon the priest, and Bezalel, the son of Auri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehuda, made all that Yehu commanded Moshe. And with him was Aholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a skilled workman, and an embroiderer in blue and in purple and in scarlet, and fine linen. All the gold used for the work in all the workings of the holy, the gold of the offering, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And the silver of those who were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents, and 1,777 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekah for every man, half a shekel, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone who went to be numbered, from 20 years old and upward, for 603,550. And from the 100 talents of silver, the sockets of the sanctuary were cast, and the sockets of the veil, 100 sockets from the 100 talents, a talent for each socket. And of the 1,775 shekels, he made hooks for the pillars, and overlaid their capitals, and banded them. And the copper of the offering was 70 talents, and 2,400 shekels. And with it he made the sockets for the door of the appointed tent, and the copper altar, and for its copper grate, and all the utensils of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets of the court gate, and all the stakes of the tabernacle, and all the stakes of the court round about.